Benvenuti tutti quanti ragazzi in Italia, lo so che guardate anche voi. Thank you for watching my another tutorial about Quriobots, and today I'm gonna explain you how you can have multiple actions on your websites. It's actually what I already have showed you in other tutorials. The only thing what we're gonna do now is that we're gonna make a combination of different kind of functions, and we can split it in two separate ways. First is the actions that you have on your websites. So we're creating buttons, and the actions will be start a bot, or another button for starting another bot, and another action will be when you start the bot, then when somebody clicks on another button, jump to a step key. That means jump to an other particular section of that bot. So not the other bot, but in that bot. I'm gonna also show you how you can achieve that in the bot itself. So the first part is on your website with particular buttons or pictures, or you can use a lot of things. I'm going to show you that later on. And the other part is we have actions in the bot itself. So when somebody is going to open the bot and they click an action, for example, change language, then it will change the language in the bot itself. Or go to another section of the bots in the bot itself. So when they already opened the bot, then it will jump to that particular section in the bots. So I hope that I make it clear. Two ways, one on the websites and one way to achieve everything in the bot itself. You need a script that you can see here on the screen. What it basically says is that we're making functions dedicated to an ID, and when somebody clicks this ID function, then there will be an action. And in this case, Quriobot will start a bot, and this is the particular bot. And when somebody clicks another button, then it's a goto function. And what that means is that it jumps to a key section into a particular place in the bot itself. So they don't have to go through the whole bot, but they can immediately skip everything, don't have to read any other things or actions or whatever. It jumps immediately to the other section. And here is the function for number 2. We call it number 2. We give it an ID of number 2, and then there will be starting another bot. So this is the first bot, but when they click on the ID with the name number 2, then it will go to the second bot. And for the last action that we are going to show on this tutorial is to stop the bots. So let's see it in action. As you can see, I've opened the tutorials. These are the actions. I don't know if I have to refresh the page, but let's see just if it works. So this is bot 1 and it opens the bot. Let me refresh the page. I was playing too much. So this is the part of this tutorial that we showing what Quriobot does when you make your own buttons on the website itself. So we click on it and then it opens the bot. But when we click go to, then it goes to a particular section of the bot. So it jumps immediately. And when we hit stop, then the bot stops. And this is bot number 2. You see? And we stop it and we open bot 1, go to, and then it jumps immediately through another section of the bot. Now notice that when we open bot 2, and this is Dutch and it's even not spelled right, but whatever, it's just for demo. So when we say, do you want to change from bot, then it will jump to bot number 1. And we say, okay. And then it starts with bot number 1. And we can repeat it. We can go to the other section of the bot. Now, to achieve that, you have to watch this code that I've made. This is what we're going to use. This is bot 1, this is bot 2, and this is go to is a key section. And where can we find those keys? If you open Quriobot, and well, I'm so sorry, but oh, here it is. Sorry. If you open the bot, then you will see here the key. So the button that we had, the go to button, and we use this number, then it jumps to this particular section. But of course we had another section and that has this step key, and we have to copy this step key and put it in our code in here, just on this way. So then the bot will go to this particular section. Notice that it doesn't have to have steps. It can stand on its own. Yeah, in this case, I've made a step from hello through this section, and but it doesn't have to it doesn't necessarily have a step. You can make it stand alone. So what you can do is make Quriobot, give Quriobot different kind of alineas, different kind of sections that stands on their own. You know, just like changing from one language to the other language, you can also do it with the key steps, and you can make sections separate from each other. I hope that makes sense, because it's maybe a little bit difficult, but when you're finding problems, then leave a comment in the description, and of course give me thumbs up. And well, that is basically the thing that we can do with Quriobot and this code. Yeah, so bot 1, go to, then it jumps to a particular section of the bots, and of course we can also hit the stop button. And the stop button is also written in the codes, and that is the function. We give it an ID stop, and then it's the function quriobot hide frame. It's this particular place in the codes. And there are a lot of things that you can embed in this code, and you can find it on the Quriobot tutorial. And let me see if I can find it. And there are written here, can I control the bots programmably? And all those functions are displayed here. So Quriobot start, Quriobot show, Quriobot hide frame, and destroy. And I've already made a tutorial about that, how you can use those functions. But anyway, it's also written here in the Quriobot Academy. That was part 1. Now you want to know what the other part is, and that is to embedding those functions into the bot itself. So you see all those functions that you can use on the Quriobot Academy, and we use them on the front page of our website with buttons, but you can also use them in the bot itself. And this is changed language from one language to the other language. And when we go to exit, and I've already made a tutorial about that. So if you want to know how that works, then go translating Quriobot on my YouTube channel. But anyway, you can see that I have embedded here the script. And then it says Quriobot start, then English. And you can see here, this is the English version. And you have embed the land codes. You can find it on the internet of the language that you want to translate. So when we watch this in action, and we run it, and we want to have it in English, then it doesn't work. It can happen. Maybe I've done something wrong. And then it has to change into another language. Now, obviously, this is not the correct language. You know, it makes no sense at all, but it's just to show you guys how it works. So all those codes that you find here, you can embed it in your website with buttons, but also in Quriobot itself. So they can stay in the bots, and then you can have actions. And when you are on your website and you're using the buttons, it doesn't have to be buttons. You can put it anywhere you want, as long as it can have an ID. And what you have to do then is go into your websites, un poco di vino, perché ragazzi, sono italiano, metà. Mia madre è olandese, ma mio padre è italiano. My father is Italian. So that's why I'm speaking Italian and Dutch and French and German. But anyway, you see here bot number 1. And then you see that I've here embedded the ID button, and I've given it the name but1. And that is the same ID what we had here in the codes. As you can see here, the function is Quriobot start, and then this particular bot, and it says bot number 1. And then we have here go to, and then it go to the step key. And that was, when I can find the codes, the go to action, and that is Quriobot go to this particular section. And as I told you before, if you can remember that, the step key is here upstairs. You see it right here. So just copy that and embed it in here and give it the name quriobot.goto with this click function. And this ID is very important. Give it a hashtag. If you make it a dot, a point, then it will be a CSS class. Sometimes it's necessary to use that, but usually you can always find in the website an ID. In this, for example, it's the button, but you can also use other tools. An icon has an ID, whatever, it always has an ID. Now, when it doesn't has an ID, then you have to make an attribute. And then it's an onClick function, and onClick Quriobot go to, and that will give the same response. For example, a picture, and then it will go to it will open the bots because you have a go to function. And when you want to know about that, then you can watch the other tutorials. I don't want to make it too complicated, but guys, because I got a lot of questions from I'm sure you're meaning it well, but what do you mean? We don't have a hack, what you say? But let's say, for example, we have a call to action. Here it is. Let's make another part. You don't have to always do it in Elementor. Huh? You can do it in every page builder that you want. Call to action. Where are you, little boy? Are you hiding for me? Well, okay, here it is. Then it's call to action, and then you can go, for example, to advanced, and you can give it a CSS ID or a CSS class. And when you don't have that, then you can use the attributes on click, Quriobot starts or goes, or the other things that you can embed what we have saw on the Quriobot tutorial. All those functions that you want to use. So yeah, that is it. I want to show you some other little trick, and I already showed you that in other tutorials, but I'm going to show you it again. And that's when visitors are coming to the websites, then they click on the button, on the bots, and the whole page will jump through it will jump upstairs. So what you have to do is embed a little bit of code into the link, and that is this little code. So everything freezes. It won't jump to the upstairs. It will stay right on the place where they click the button. So imagine how powerful this can be. For example, if you are using a website with multiple pictures or multiple alineas or whatever, and as long as you give them an ID or a CSS class, or you use the attributes, then whenever they click on it, or if it's a picture of whatever, then they will be starting a bot. And you can use the goto functions to a key step, and you can let the bot close. And of course, you can customize a lot in Quriobot itself in the platform, but this is the way you can do it manual. Now notice that the code that you find here, when we're watching the code again, you see that I have here the website or the bot's URL, but you can leave that away. I'm going to show you that later. But let's see, because where can you find the bots? This one, Quriobot start and start this bot. When you're using this code, then you have to embed here the bot and here the other bot, and you can find it in here, and you go to connections and notifications, no, to channel, I'm so sorry, and this is what you need. So this is bot 1, and when you go to the dashboard and open another bot, then you will copy that and paste it to bot number 2. Yeah, so this is bot number 1, and this is bot number 2. And I already told you about the step keys, but I'm going to show you it another time because it can be complicated, everything. So this is step key, and when you want people to go directly to this part of the bot, then you use this step key and embed it in here, let me see, into the goto function. Now, yeah, so goto, and this is a step key, then the bot will immediately go to that particular section of the bot. Now, what I want to show you, is that when you are embedding it into the website and you use multiple bots, then you won't write the last script in this way, this particular way. So it has no ID, and what I mean with that, it has an ID, but it's a little bit different than that you can see here. And if you see it here, then it has another code, but you can ignore this if you want to use the bots on the way we saw in this tutorial. Allora ragazzi, grazie per guardare e alla prossima volta. Thank you all for watching this tutorial, and I hope you subscribe and give me thumbs up. That's the only thing that I ask for you people. I'm a little dumb because I'm making these tutorials all for free. I get no money at all. I don't get paid from Quriobot, so give me thumbs up. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye.